So we are rocking and rolling inside the Suspense Power Circle. I want to right now talk to you guys about using HootSuite, HootSuite, HootSuite.com. Some of you guys said, well, how do I promote? Can you help me with promoting my blog? What can I do? What can I use? And so for me, one of the best tools is HootSuite. So literally a few hours ago, inside of this training series, the blogging, Boosting Your Blog Skills training series, I literally posted several blogs. I showed you how to schedule posts for the future, and I showed you how to post content on the fly, right? So I created this blog post, and then I said, guys, look, here's my Facebook group. If you look, there is the blog post, and it got there via HootSuite, okay? So I don't have to manually go on different social media platforms. I can use HootSuite to automate the process. So let's talk about how that works and how you can get that done, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple of strategies. Number one, let's just head on over to HootSuite.com. If you don't have an account, create one and go to your dashboard. So, I mean, HootSuite they've got a free base account, but honestly, the premium account allows you to do a little bit more, and it's $9.99 a month. So, you know, if you got an extra $10 lying around, why not, right? So let me delete one of the last posts that I did, and let me show you how you can do these real time. Okay. So first thing I love about the HootSuite platform is that you can simultaneously share one piece of content across multiple platforms, okay? So when you log into HootSuite, you're going to want to use this little tabby here and add your social networks. Click the Add Social Network option, and then you can add Twitter, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, WordPress.com, as well as Instagram, right? So use this tool and connect to your account. Once you have connected to your account, you may find that there are some profiles that you post to all the time. You want to just hit the star button. Then those will be your, post to these when I use HootSuite. Those will be your hot ones, okay? Then the other ones you can use as needed, right? I believe there's a limit to the number you can put here if you have a free account. Again, if you got the $9.99 premium, you can, rock your world, right? Sky's the limit. So let's say, for example, I have a great blog post, and I'm like, you know what? I want more people to see this blog post, okay? Something that I did a while back. So let's go to my tutorial section on SistaSense, and I'm going to go and find an old blog post, okay? So one of the ways in which you can promote your material is if you get new eyes on old stuff, right? So let's go into so many different categories. Let's go into social media marketing, because that's what we're talking about right now, okay? So I'm going to go into social media marketing, and I'm just going to pull an old post that I did. So using Facebook and Twitter to boost sales. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy the title, and I'm going to go into my HootSuite and post the title. Then I'm going to copy the link. So this is the link to that blog post, okay? Now, final step, I'm going to go in this little box here, put my link, just paste it in there, and then use the little shrink button, and HootSuite's going to shrink that link, and it's also going to generate a preview for me, okay? So it's got the right picture in there, but I can use this if I wanted to use other pictures from the site. I'm going to use the picture that is associated with that post. There we go. And I'm going to hit send. So this is a manual use of HootSuite. That's just kind of like level one. The minute I hit send, this post is going to go out to the social platforms that are connected to this particular feed. Okay? So And there are so many things you can do with HootSuite. One of the things you can do is just to see what's happening to your different platforms real time. So real time, I can see that Jason Hodge, the awesome guy that he is, he tweeted out my Periscope that I did a couple of minutes ago, right? So I can reply back to him. I can say, thanks for sharing, Jason. You rock. So you can interact on Twitter and other platforms via your dashboard. So it's easy for you to engage with people in one platform. Number two, I have different Twitter accounts. So this is my Black Biz Women account. This is my Sister Sense account. I can track multiple accounts from one location, right? Another great resource. But what I'm showing you here, that you can simultaneously share information across multiple Twitter accounts just from one feed. So if I go to, and unless there was an error, and I'll try again if there was an error, but if I go to my, it's not there, doggone it. Let me try it again, y'all. Did I schedule it? What did I do? There we go, social media. Let me add that back in there and see. Sometimes technology doesn't want to do what we want it to do, y'all, so you got to try something once or twice. But just let me shrink it. I always like errors, honestly, when I do live webinars, because if you get an error and I'm not here with you, you go, what the hell happened? But I've got you, so you can see how to fix an error while we're working together. So let's try this one more again. I'm going to get the link, go to HootSuite, and shrink it. It's generating my preview. Okay. And then I'm going to hit send now. Okay. And let's see what happens. Okay, there you go. I don't know why. Sometimes it takes it takes a second try. So if I refresh my Sister Sense, you will see now that here's the post. That I just posted 16 seconds ago. And you should also be able to see that post inside of my Facebook group, among other places. So here it goes. Audio session, social media using Facebook and Twitter, right? So it's on my Facebook too, okay? So, depending upon what platforms you use, one, you can just simply post stuff out. Number two, what I'm trying to hint at here is that if you're looking to market your blog content, don't just go, well, I put it up there, right? I put it up there. Whoever sees it, sees it. You want to look at the best stuff that you did before. You want to make a list of some of your best old content and then repost that stuff via HootSuite, right? So let's say this one. I did a session on entrepreneurs, 3 3-minute YouTube videos that are good for business, okay? It was a good session. I enjoyed it. And I want people to see that, right? So I can sit down, I can make a list. I can say, here are 5 blog posts I want to put back out there again. Go on to HootSuite, right? I'm going to put the title in. And let me just make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. If you got questions, let me know. Put the title in. And then here's that blog post, right? 3 3-minute videos. It was an audio session that I did. Then I'm going to go here, back to HootSuite, and put in that link. Now, I can post this today, right? I can post this today. But what's great about HootSuite is that you can schedule content, right? So I can go on my calendar and say, you know what? I want this to go out tomorrow at 2:35, okay? And then hit the schedule button, right? So think about that. If you schedule 4 posts, right, one a day. And not new stuff, old stuff, right? You have an opportunity for new people to see some of your best old content. One of my clients, we worked on a newsletter, and we did it's an autoresponder newsletter. It's got 6 messages in it. And in addition to it going out automatically via her drip campaign, then we went into HootSuite and set it so it automatically went out via HootSuite to her Facebook group and her Twitter page as well, okay? So we did that, had one go out once a week, every 2 weeks, and that gives her weeks' worth of engagement. And so some things you want to come out on a daily basis, but other things you want to just be able to say at least once a week or twice a week, stuff is going out so that I'm engaging my community. Now, a couple of hours ago, I did a webinar session, and I showed you guys how to create blog content and schedule it out. Some of you are a part of my Maintain Your Momentum series, and what we're working on is 30 days worth of blog content. So I showed the ladies how to put together 30 days worth of content and how to come up with topics. So we went through topic creation as well. And then every day for 30 days, the content goes out. I cannot blog every day. I don't have the time to do it. My strategy, write everything down over 72 hours, schedule it out, and have that go out for me over time, even when I'm not blogging. I call it bulk tasking, okay? So I showed you how to schedule out content via your blog in another session. Hopefully you guys saw it live, but if not, you can watch the replay. And using HootSuite, another way that you can sit down, share some of your best previous content, and create sort of your own social media campaign. So if you want to do it every day or at least once a week, you've got content going out across multiple platforms. Okay? So that's a great way for you to use HootSuite. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. If this is blowing your mind and you're excited about HootSuite, also let me know, right? Drop in the comment box. Let me know if you're on HootSuite, if you're using it. If you haven't used some of these, this is really great, okay? Now, as I mentioned to you before, you can manually do this. That's number one. Or you can schedule stuff. That's number 2. The other thing you can do is connect your RSS feed to HootSuite. So what does that mean? That means that every time I write something on SysFN, automatically it's going out to my Facebook group. Automatically it's going out to Twitter because it's connected to my blog's RSS feed. If you're using WordPress, your RSS feed should be your website domain /feed, okay? / whatever it is. So put that / in there, feed, that's your RSS feed, okay? So this is mine, right? And you see the last thing I did was the 7 keys to XXX your success. I posted that a few hours ago, right? So this is your RSS feed. You can use it on multiple platforms. Underneath HootSuite, there is, you see this little one that's the airplane? There's a publisher box. HootSuite has so much stuff in there, guys. I'm not even going to touch on everything, but these are the 3 that I want you to know. Being able to schedule posts for the future, simultaneously post something right now and have it go out to multiple platforms. Then last but not least, using the RSS feeds function, okay? So as you can see under Publisher, I have that blog post that I scheduled, and it's going to go out, right? It's actually, oops. I was supposed to schedule it for April. It's scheduled for May 1st. Let me go in and change that, y'all. Scheduling for the 4th of April. Okay. So good, April 4th. Okay. I'll take care of that in a second. I've got to just got to update that schedule. The other one is the RSS feeds, okay? So I have my RSS feed, and as you can see here, I've set it to go to my Twitter account. My RSS feed goes to my LinkedIn. It also goes to my Google account, and it goes to one of my Facebook groups. This is the Sons Power Circle, which is the group that you guys are a part of. Now, it's one RSS feed. It's worth mentioning. It's just one link. But how HootSuite is set up, you have to add that link to every profile you want to attach it to, okay? It has to go. So let's say I want to add this link to one of my other Twitter accounts, right? I would go plus, add the that's not the Facebook that's not the RSS feed. Let me go find that feed. So here it goes. Right, so put it in there. You can just put the raw feed in there, or you can use feedburner.com. I use feedburner.com. It's a free tool. It's very easy to use. Won't go into it today. I have done trainings on it on this event. So put your feed in, then tell it where do you want the feed to go. So I've already got it going to Send. I'll send it to this Twitter account. How often do you want to post? On the hour. So if you see something, post it. Just if you see something come up in my feed, post it. When new feeds are found, send up to how many? Everything. So if I post like 3 things in an hour, send all of it, okay? Include text from the message, yes. Do you want to prepend any text? So let's say, for example, you like to use a hashtag. You like to use hashtag money16, right? If you want to, you can add on a hashtag, right? And even do even further. So then I don't really change this. I leave it as is and then hit Save Feed. Okay. Now, it's worth mentioning, if you sign up to a free account with HootSuite, you can only add 3 of these. But guess what? If you have 3 profiles and you have 10 more, you need to get the premium account, which I think is $9.99. So I just added this new one, right? I added this new one, and it's turned on. I really don't want to use this. I'm just showing it to you, for example. So I'm turning it off. I'm not going to activate it and turn it off. But that's it. You know, again, you can't just add one feed and have it go to multiple places. If you want your feed to go to Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, you have to keep adding. One for Twitter, one for LinkedIn, one for your Facebook group, one for your fan page, one for your other account, right? Each account has to be added separately, okay? So it could just be one feed that you're using, which is the case with me here, but I've got to add a new feed for each profile, okay? So I'm going to power pause to see if you have any questions for me. So Ms. Blue says, yes, I have it and will start using it. Okay, good. Awesome stuff. Rochelle says, I'm going to be up all night. Karen says, do you have to set up an RSS feed for your site, or is it automatically set up when you publish? Great question. It's automatic. So your website, whatever your domain name is, plus feed, okay? This is automatically created for you by WordPress. You don't do anything. Every time you create a new blog post, it automatically gets here, okay? So Rochelle says, I don't understand how RSS works. It's automatic. RSS is called Really Simple Syndication, okay? It's basically a script. It's a script so that you can easily republish your content in different places. You can syndicate it. So you know, like when people watch a show on television, it's syndicated. You can see it on NBC, you can see it on TBS, you can see it on different platforms. Same thing. With your RSS, it means that using this feed, right, people can read your blog via email. People can now see your content being published on social media. You can republish the material other places. So for some of you guys, maybe some of your favorite blogs or magazines, you'll see that they feature other content from other people, right? They'll say, in addition to my content, look at the bottom of my website. Look at all of these other websites with great content. A lot of times they're using RSS to republish that content with the permission of whoever they're publishing it from. They're using RSS to republish that content on their site, okay? So you don't necessarily have to understand how they set it up, but just know that you can use it to republish and syndicate your content on different platforms. Cynthia says, wow, I need to go back to my HootSuite account. Thanks so much. You're so very welcome. So for some of you guys, this is a refresher, and for some of you, this is brand new, okay? So great questions, by the way. This is going to wrap up our HootSuite session, okay? Essentially, I wanted you guys to be able to do a couple of things using this platform. Number one, if you're going to blog, it's smart to sync your blog to your social media so you don't have to manually add content, right? So now that you know that, you can go to HootSuite, you can go to Publisher, you can add RSS, and you can sync your blog content. That was number one. Well, backtracking, that was number three. That was the last thing that we did. Number two was being able to schedule content. So you've got great stuff, right? Sit down, make a list of some of your great stuff, schedule it out so that you can have new people see some of your old material for additional exposure. Yes, you should be writing new stuff, but what about that great stuff that you created a couple of months, if not even a couple of years ago, right? Great content is great content. We call it evergreen, right? Make it work for you. Republish it, okay? And then last but not least, making sure that if you had something you wanted to say, like, for example, today, you know, I said, okay, I'm going to do this live webinar for my mastermind, but I would love to invite other people who are interested to participate. I didn't have time to go on Facebook, this group and Facebook phase, that fan page and that group and that. Went on to HootSuite, posted, hey, join me for this webinar, hit send. Everybody got it, right? So these are time-friendly, simple, practical things that you can do to make sure that your blog is being sent out every time you write a new post. You can easily and quickly share across social media platforms, and you can strategically schedule out content to go out for you as a way to market yourself even when you're working on other stuff. Like I tell you, people try to figure out the secret in my sauce. They're always like, how do you do this without help? Automation is the key. Karen says, I feel like I've missed so much of the webinar. Well, the first 2 hours, we went for the first 2 hours, and then we're working on it now. But guess what? You get access to the replays, so no worries, right? You get to watch all the replays and catch up on whatever you didn't see today. Does HootSuite publish to groups you don't own? No. You have to have permission. So it's really for your platforms, groups you own, pages you own. Great question. But no, it doesn't post that one. Because then you'd be able to kind of bogart other people's with your stuff, and spamming is not a good thing. So you can only automate what you have control over. All righty, lovely people. This is going to wrap up our HootSuite social media session, and we're going to jump right back on here for another one, all right? So